Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I am your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. I don't know what to do. In fact, I don't. How about this? Is cancer culture going too far? Cancer culture and its consequences. And now let me give a SO to all of my non-verbal communicating peeps. I didn't have to communicate with you because it's all non-verbal. Yeah, it is. All my regs, what's up? Glad you're still here. Glad you stuck around. Glad you still know how to get back down here. Yeah, I was just gonna keep going. Well, I was just gonna go with some rhymes and rhyme and reason, but I just decided against it. Noobs, thank you for giving me an opportunity, especially if you're still here. Noobs, thank you for giving me a chance. Whether it was for 1 second, 1 minute, the entire thing, all I just want to say is greatly, gladly appreciate y'all. Sharing is caring, but not everything. Can't share everything. That's my tip always. And you probably should go back and review some stalker documents if you need to know the reason behind that. Or you can possibly raise your hand and wait to be called on. Or you can ask the person next to you, because I am 100% sure that they can direct you in the right direction for said answer if you're not getting it here. And I'll bring up the whole cancel culture thing because it seemed like it's run amok far as with how people consider it, how people bring it up, and how people weaponize it. And that's not me hopping on the third rail. No, 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 no. That's me saying that I do believe that some people deserve a chance. I do believe that there's redemption. I do believe that you can fall from grace and somehow find your way back. In other words, I do believe in forgiveness. I do. I do. But there's a tidbit, or there is nuance. There's something behind that. I do believe in forgiveness, but it's up to the individual person, or it's up to a certain selected group of people to give it to you or not. And that's not saying that there has to be a one track mind. There has to be everybody thinking on the same page and saying that, hey, we all have to stick together and not forgive this person, or this person cannot change for XYZ reasons. I get it. And that's going to be highly questionable. That's going to be very, very unpopular to stand out from the crowd when the groupthink suggests, demands you feel some type of way about whatever it is it be. And that's not to say that there's some obvious wrong things. If it's obviously wrong, hey, you're gonna have to do what you need to do, person who got canceled. Because there are some obvious misgivings, some obvious wrong things. And there's certain things that I can just never or won't ever forgive somebody for. Do I believe that said person can change? Sure, they can change. Would I give them an opportunity to show me they can change? It depends. More likely not. But will like get upset and mad that someone else gave them an opportunity to showcase whatever it be, gave them an opportunity, and they feel as though that they've changed enough in their eyes. Am I gonna go all out of my way to make a point, to say, hey, wait a minute, you shouldn't, or you should feel the same way that I feel about this. Why don't you feel the same way? Why aren't we together on this? And there are a lot of things that I wish that we were together on. A lot of things that affect me directly, a lot of things that affect me indirectly, a lot of things that affect everyone as a whole. But that's not the case. That ain't the world we live in. Although we should strive for greatness, although we should strive for perfection, although we should do the necessary things and take the necessary steps to get there. How? Eh, 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 eh. Ver. We ain't robots. We're not robots. It's not gonna happen, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. And that doesn't mean that it has to be that way, the ideal way for comfort, for dialogue, for moving forward. I guess I'm just hung up on being able to forgive, being able to see past some mishaps when change has been shown, when rehabilitation has taken place, when the necessary steps were taken, the necessary roads were crossed to show that things are different now. It's not the same. I understand what went left or what went right or what I need to do or what I should have done. And moving forward through actions, moving forward through, you know, rehabilitation. This is what it is. But being canceled in its present form, being canceled in sort of the definition that's widely accepted is not having that opportunity, not having that chance, not being able to change, not being able to show that you change, show that is different, show that you were wrong, you made a mistake, you were young, maybe you was going through something, maybe, insert excuse. I just I don't want to close the door forever. And this doesn't mean that just because that forgiveness is a choice, an option, that it's a road or it's something that I always take. No. There's some people I haven't forgiven that others have. I'm okay with that. Am I going around saying they should be canceled? Nah. Am I going around saying that they should not exist in a sense of whatever they was doing or however they was getting about? They shouldn't have that opportunity anymore when it causes harm. Sure, because then they haven't not learned. Then they have not taken the necessary steps to be in a position to do something new, do something different, basically acknowledge what happened was it ain't it. And so the consequences, the unintended consequences of that, you have possibly more people not necessarily wanting to interact, not necessarily wanting to say and do certain things that may be interpreted wrong, may be taken the wrong way, and then end up not having an opportunity anymore to do anything because there's no such thing as forgiveness, because they cannot be forgiven, because forgiveness is weak, because it's just not going to happen. And so that's one of the unintended consequences. But I get it in its logical concept construct. If the harder you go by erasing and canceling somebody out for a mistake, the more chance they will not make said mistake because they know the ramifications they won't exist. The opposite can be true as well. They won't engage. They won't do certain things, period, because of the fear itself makes them crawl into their shell, and not necessarily me saying that they have these bad tendencies and bad thoughts. They don't want their regular tendencies, regular thoughts to be misconstrued into something that it is not. And it happens. Miscommunication happens. Mistakes happens. And so a small, simple, medium mistake can get you A, canceled, B, non-existent, C, something else. Something else. Well, I understand the premise. I understand the concept. Sure, I agree that some things you shouldn't be able to come back from, and I would not be here to help and say you should come back from that. But if somebody else deems that you should, somebody else deems that it's okay in their eyes, in their book, and if enough of them, so be it. It's the world. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we're not robots. We're not all think the same. We have all different interests. And yeah, that one is touching the third rail. But I'm still here. I am still here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Be sure to check out more of Xtra on the website, extravdgsports.com. That is xtravdgsports.com. Everything is there. There's a YouTube as well. You can just find it there. Find it there. Also, if you are into sports just a little bit, just a tad, there's VDG Sports, vdgsports.com, VDG Sports, vdgsports.com. One is the YouTube, the other is the website. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me a chance. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being here and there and everywhere. You know what time it is, but I'm not going to give it to you still. I'm just going to say, peace out. I gave you enough.